Hey everyone, and welcome back. We're diving deep today
Oh, this is going to be a good one.
into this idea of spiritual shepherding.
Okay.
It's from a Christian perspective. You guys sent in some excerpts from Beyond the Nets, Embracing the Full Call of Discipleship. Specifically, we're going to be looking at the section, The Call to be Shepherds of Sheep. Leadership.
Yeah.
Now, even if you're not particularly religious,
Right.
stick with us, because I think the insights that we find here about leadership and caring for others apply to pretty much everyone.
Absolutely.
Really?
What I find fascinating about this piece
Yeah.
is how it describes a progression.
Oh, okay.
It's not just about introducing people to faith,
Right.
like fishing
Yeah.
or even nurturing their initial growth, which
Sure.
is more like harvesting.
Okay.
It goes deeper to this idea of becoming shepherds.
You know, when I hear shepherd, I picture someone guiding their flock through like a dangerous mountain pass. They're not just showing the way, but they're watching for predators. They're caring for the weak. They're
Goodness.
making sure that everyone's safe.
Yeah.
That's like a whole other level of dedication
What's
than
that?
just pointing in a direction and saying, go that way.
And the piece uses this metaphor of Jesus as the good shepherd
Okay.
to illustrate this.
Right.
It's not just about leading in like a hierarchical sense. It's about nurturing the well-being of those around us.
Okay, so we're talking about more than
Yeah.
just giving directions, right?
Right.
It's about really understanding the needs of the people that we're guiding
Yeah,
and building that trust so they actually feel comfortable following.
absolutely.
Right.
The source even talks about knowing and being known, and it even quotes John 10:14,
Okay.
where Jesus says, I am the good shepherd. I know my sheep, and my sheep know me.
Wow.
There's a real sense of mutuality and connection there.
Yeah, it reminds me of a mentor I had years ago.
Yeah.
And I could just tell she genuinely cared about my growth,
Mm,
not just professionally,
right.
but personally as well.
Yeah,
And that made me trust her guidance even more.
that's a perfect example.
Yeah.
And that trust is often built through
Okay.
what the text calls the shepherd's voice,
Okay.
which, it says isn't just about words, but about our actions
Oh, okay.
and the truth that we actually embody.
So it's kind of like that saying, actions speak louder than words.
Exactly.
We become examples for others to follow, even if we don't realize it.
Precisely. And the piece even quotes John 10:27.
Okay.
It says, my sheep hear my voice, and I know them, and they follow me. Our behavior becomes a guiding force.
But shepherding isn't just about leading and setting an example, right?
Right.
There's also a protective element to it.
Absolutely.
It's like,
Yeah.
you know that image from Psalm 23.4 of the shepherd's rod offering comfort and protection?
Yes, the source connects this to safeguarding others from spiritual dangers,
Okay.
false teachings, or anything that might lead them astray.
So we're not just passively guiding,
Right.
but actively shielding those that we're caring for.
Mm-hmm.
It's a pretty powerful concept.
It is.
But how does this all translate to everyday life?
Yeah, that's a great question.
Right.
Most of us aren't tending actual flocks of sheep.
Exactly.
That's where the piece gets really interesting. It provides some practical applications
Okay.
for what it calls daily victorious living.
Oh,
Want to
okay.
hear about those?
Absolutely. Let's see how we can put these shepherding principles into practice. Welcome back, everybody.
Yeah.
We spent part one talking about this idea of spiritual shepherding,
Right.
moving from just fishing
Mm-hmm.
for new believers to actually actively shepherding them
Wow.
with care and guidance.
That peeper level.
Yeah. And we were talking about how the metaphor of Jesus as the good shepherd shows us what kind of leadership this involves.
Yeah.
Nurturing well-being,
Yeah.
building trust, even offering protection.
Right.
And we touched on how the shepherd's voice
Yeah.
isn't just about what we say,
Right.
but the example we set with our actions.
Exactly.
But you mentioned something about the word of God
Oh, yeah.
being important too, right?
Mhm.
I'm curious how that fits into this whole shepherding thing.
That's a key point that the source emphasizes.
Okay.
It's suggesting that the Word of God is more than just a set of rules or stories.
Right.
It's actually a catalyst for change.
Okay, so you're saying it's not just about reading the Bible,
Right.
but letting its message actually influence how we live.
Exactly.
How does that actually work?
Well, you could think of it this way.
Okay.
When we really absorb those teachings and stories from the Word,
Okay.
It starts to kind of reshape our thinking, our values, even our reactions to things.
Can you give me an example? How has the Word of God been a catalyst for change in your own life?
Well, for me, the story of the Good Samaritan
Okay.
have always been really powerful.
Right.
It challenges me to look beyond my immediate circle and see the needs of everyone, even those who were different from me.
Right.
It's just a constant reminder to act with compassion, even when it's inconvenient.
That's beautiful.
Thank you.
So the idea is as we're transformed by the Word, we become better equipped to shepherd others.
Exactly. We become living examples of those values. Right. And that resonates so much more deeply than just telling people what to do.
Right.
You know?
Absolutely.
Like, be a good person. It's like, well, what does that look like?
Right. Exactly.
But when you see someone living it out, that's much more compelling.
Absolutely.
So.
And of course, we talked about leading with the heart of Christ.
Yes.
What does that look like in practice? It sounds pretty lofty.
It does sound lofty.
Right.
The piece breaks it down into some core qualities. Compassion. Wisdom, and a protective spirit. It's about approaching leadership with empathy. Understanding. And a genuine desire to see others thrive.
So it's not about control or imposing our will on others, but more about empowering them.
Yeah. It's about guiding with love. Just like Jesus did. And the source also talks about serving others sacrificially. And it kind of reminds us that Jesus laid down his life for his sheep.
That's a pretty powerful image of selfless love.
It is.
It sets a high bar for how we approach leading and caring for others.
It reminds us that shepherding isn't about personal gain or recognition. It's about putting the needs of those we care for above our own.
So we're called to be shepherds in our own ways,
yes.
leading with compassion, wisdom, and a protective spirit.
Yes.
But how do we actually do that?
That's a great question.
Right.
And it's something we're going to delve into more in the next part of our deep dive.
Okay.
But for now, I'd like you to consider which of those qualities, compassion, wisdom, or a protective spirit, resonates most strongly with you.
Ooh, that's a good one.
And how might we cultivate that quality more fully in our own lives?
Yeah, I think that's something for everyone to ponder as we move into part 3.
Absolutely.
All right, welcome back.
Yeah.
We've covered a lot of ground in this deep dive into spiritual shepherding, from that initial fishing phase to the deeper level of care and guidance that a shepherd provides.
Absolutely.
We've talked about how the Word of God can transform us and equip us to lead with the heart of Christ, embodying those qualities of compassion, wisdom, and protectiveness.
Exactly.
But I think a lot of people are probably wondering, how do I actually do this shepherding thing in my daily life?
That's a valid question.
Right. I'm not a pastor or anything.
Yeah, and the source actually addresses that directly. It emphasizes that shepherding isn't limited to these formal roles or titles. It's something we can all do, regardless of our background or beliefs.
So if I'm not standing in front of a congregation every Sunday, how can I be a shepherd to the people in my life?
Well, it starts with recognizing the sheep around us. Not literal sheep, of course. But the people that we interact with every day. Our family members, friends, coworkers, even the barista at our favorite coffee shop.
So we're talking about being more intentional in our everyday relationships.
Yes.
What does that look like practically? Do I start giving out sermons at work?
Not quite. The source suggests it often starts with something as simple as being present and attentive to the needs of others.
Well, like really listening when someone is talking.
Yes.
Trying to understand their perspective.
Offering support when they're struggling.
Absolutely. Exactly. It's about cultivating this posture of care and concern. Noticing when someone might need a listening ear. A helping hand. Or even just a kind word.
And what about that guidance and protection aspect of shepherding?
Yeah, that's a good one.
How do we do that without being overbearing or controlling?
Well, that's where the wisdom piece comes in. It's not always about giving advice or telling people what to do. Sometimes it's about sharing our own experiences. Offering a different perspective or asking thought-provoking questions that can help them find their own way.
So maybe instead of saying, you should do this. We might say something like, Have you considered this?
Yeah.
Or here's how I handled a similar situation.
Exactly. It's about empowering people to make their own choices while still offering that support and guidance along the way. And when it comes to protection, it's about discerning when to step in.
Right.
And when to allow someone to learn and grow from their own experiences.
Yes, you got it.
You know what I'm realizing is that shepherding is really about being more mindful and intentional in all of our relationships.
It is. It's about recognizing that even small actions can have a big impact.
Right.
A listening ear, a kind gesture, a word of encouragement. These are all ways that we can shepherd those around us.
This has been a truly eye-opening deep dive.
You have.
I don't know about you, but I'm feeling inspired to step up my shepherding game.
Me too. Yeah. It's a good reminder that we all have the potential to make a positive difference in the lives of others. Simply by being more present, compassionate, and supportive.
So to everyone listening, whether you're a parent, a friend, a mentor, or just someone who wants to make the world a little brighter, remember that you have the power to shepherd those around you.
Lead with love.
Yes.
Guide with wisdom, and protect with courage.
That's a beautiful message to end on.
It is.
Thank you so much for sharing your insights with us today.
It was my pleasure.
Keep diving deep, everyone.
And we'll see you next time for another deep dive.